From ages 10 to 16, I was told by other children my age that I stink. And you know what? That controlled my life for the next 20 plus years. I am Kanu Sankara. I am an Army vet and a transformational coach, and this is Manhood Speaks. If you're a man navigating childhood wounds, emotional healing, or midlife transitions, then subscribe for weekly vulnerable conversations with real men sharing real stories. Of all those years of bullying, there is one event that stands out. I was 15 and learning to dance. There was a group of young men and women in a corner snickering. And when I moved closer, they put a finger to their nose and started snickering even louder. Then one young lady stepped forward and asked me to raise my hands, and in her hand was a small bottle of deodorant. Of course, I did not raise my hand. I felt angry, embarrassed, humiliated, and I never showed up to dance practice after that experience. That event taught me to become extremely self-conscious, and I would change deodorant very often. It also caused me to limit interactions with others. Whenever I was in a group, I would step back, fearing that others may think that I stink. And whenever I saw others snickering, I would wonder if it's me that they are laughing at. For a boy becoming a man, that is extremely dangerous because it teaches that young man that he is not safe in his body. And that is how I felt. I did not feel safe in my body. And what that does, it forces that young man to become a man who spends his life hiding or overcompensating for what he believes is a shortcoming. That event also caused me to lose self-confidence. I lacked certainty in myself and was easily swayed by others. I would often find myself walking on eggshells, afraid to speak up and questioning the decisions that I make. It had me thinking that I'm not good enough, that I stink, that no one wants to embrace me. So I want to ask you to think for a moment of that sentence that you have been repeating to yourself for many years. Maybe you are telling yourself, you are stupid, you are weak, you are unlovable. For me, I told myself, I stink. If you are speaking this level of negativity to yourself, how can you expect to have that sense of confidence and certainty in yourself to stand your ground when you make a decision? I also felt the need to be liked, to go along just to get along. And because of that, I did not have boundaries, which caused many people to overstep their welcome. Sometimes I would say yes when I meant to say no. Sometimes I would laugh at jokes that cut me deeply. How many times have you agreed to something when your inside is screaming no? But you said, sure, no problem. I have been there many times. So I want to invite you to pause next time before you say yes to a request and ask yourself, am I doing this because I want to? Or am I doing this because I want to be liked? That question can change how you show up in life. For years, I thought that this was just who I am. I did not connect it to my bullying experiences. That was until I began working with my personal coach. It was in discussing my need to be liked that he had me revisit my past. And that is when I became aware that within me was still that teenager yearning to be accepted by others. And at that point of revelation, there was no fireworks, there was no drama. I just became aware of that boy still in the man. So if you are listening, I want to ask you, what are you doing today that belongs to a younger version of yourself? Now, I'm not totally there just yet, but I'm much more aware. I pause more often than not before I respond. But sometimes I slip. But I'm in a much better place now. So what you think may be a personality trait may simply be a survival strategy from your childhood. And if you're a man in midlife, chances are you have your version. Maybe it was criticism from your coach or parent. Maybe it was the result of a breakup or some humiliating experience you had as a teenager. But the pattern is all the same. Boy gets wounded, man builds his life around that wound. So here is my invitation to you. Don't try to fix it all at once. Simply begin to notice. Notice the actions and patterns in your life that are disempowering. And when you do, drop it in the comments. And if you want to keep going deeper, check out this next video here.